As always, this is the League of the Genuine show with me, Fred Muwema. We are with you every Friday, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Last weekend, we were downtown. We were with Mr. Shoes, Mr. Bravo. If you missed that episode, you can still catch it. The man talked shoes. We feel that we should stay a little longer on this subject of shoes because, as he explained, shoes are very important. Shoes cover our feet. We all walk on our feet. Our health is in our feet. And for a change, we left downtown and have come, she will tell us, is it uptown, upscale, whatever it is. We are in another part of the city to continue the conversation about shoes. We are having a guest, an entrepreneur. We would like to welcome Legia, Mukiza. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Fred.
You have such a beautiful store. I don't think I have been to, this looks like Europe or the US, or somebody will think this is not Uganda.
Thank you.
How did you come up with the design for your shop?
I was supported by my suppliers to do the interior. This was drawn up by the Leatherex group. I had the floor space.
Leatherex.
The floor space, but their architect at the head office gave us the interior. So we built it with Ugandan engineers under their guidance.
So this is a franchise outlet. You represent brands.
Yes, I do.
Which brands do you represent?
I sell Caterpillar shoes.
Is that the same as Cat?
Yes, Cat shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, Cat has machinery. It also has footwear and apparel. Apparel are the clothing line. There is industrial and there's lifestyle. So I do the lifestyle bit. I don't do the industrial bit.
Caterpillar shoes.
Caterpillar shoes for the lifestyle.
Shoe. The Caterpillar.
They're right here by our side.
Show us a Caterpillar shoe.
Yeah, like this.
This is, give one with color. This one is too dark. Caterpillar.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see here, this is a huge shoe. So this is the brand.
And they're light. You feel it? Everyone who thinks Caterpillar thinks it's a grader, heavy. No. Lifestyle shoes are supposed to have become light over the years. And
these are comfortable.
They have ease technology. Yeah, because there's different technologies within different shoes. The technology lies in the sole of the shoe. Inside of here, there is a whole engine and the chassis that runs the upper leather. Of course, all the tops are leather.
It's not just a question of, I see some people in town. I met some young man who says he's now making shoes and he just puts the sole, and so it's not like making a Rolex.
No, not at all. Even Rolexes have ingredients.
There's a science.
There is a science in making anything. So you must, these people have been at shoes for 100 years. They have developed shoes according to lifestyles of people. Yeah, from the time they started making shoes 100 years ago, they started with Colorado. Sorry, I have to get up.
Colorado.
This is
the
first
American
shoe.
Brand?
Yes, this is the first shoe that started 100 years ago.
This
the Colorado boot, and it's still in existence. They did stop. It's quite heavy. And they
100 years ago, this is
their first shoe.
1901 or something.
1904.
This very brand.
The Colorado
design.
Yeah, that article. It's an article within the many collections they produce. And they've not given it up. So everyone who knows Caterpillar knows this shoe.
So what inspires this design?
They started out because they were affiliate with making roads and mining.
Were they connected to the military? This looks more like a World War thing.
No, it was more construction. Caterpillar, you know Caterpillar. So their shoe developed from that line.
From the heavy
equipment. Then later on,
are they related?
Oh yes, they are. They've just grown and divided, but they spring from the same line. The Caterpillar machines gave birth to shoes and apparel. But they are owned now by different people because they are very, very big companies. It's not one owner or something like that, no.
Anyway, let's not give too much to Caterpillar. This is a show where we are hosting Legia, Mukiza. What is it about you? You are here in a nice store. Did you start overnight?
No. Legia is a business lady. Yeah, born and bred in Uganda, educated in Uganda. I'm a Ugandan full blood. And I went to the Ugandan schools, went to the other high school, eventually joined Makerere University, did BCom.
You're a graduate?
I'm a graduate with a postgraduate from Maastricht School of Management in the Netherlands. And so I came back and started the hustle, the work. Get a job, 8 to 5, look for a salary, look for that life, get into the love life, get married.
Have children?
Start having babies, the right age, apparently, and start life, you know. But during my S4 and S6 vacations, I always worked in a store back then.
A shop?
Yeah, the reason why my mom took me there was just to keep a watch over me. Not because I was a bad girl, but she wanted me to be busy and responsible at the same time. So I didn't have any difficulty with doing
And you are
work.
the youngest of 4 children?
Yeah,
so
I was the youngest.
You are a favorite?
Oh yes, I was favored. Always favored. That's how I feel.
So that's how you honed your skills to come into business?
I think I have a business acumen straight from my mother, and also from the fact that I don't hesitate to do anything in life. I do all kinds of work. Guys are taught us to work because it's the kind of school where there were no workers. They only had a gate man and people who cooked. The girls did the rest of the work in the whole school. So every time you'd be attached to a different place, you'd work the whole time. So we got used to doing work. Wake up to do something and then go to class. You don't just wake up to go to class. You first do housework, then go to work, to class. Then after class, some housework. And then go for preps. You know, and then do sports and do what? So the school didn't spoon feed us.
You're doing a campaign for Gayaza, I can see. You're also
I honor Gayaza and I respect it because it really made me who I am. It taught me that working is healthy. There's no problem.
It's not a punishment.
To wake up and have to do some laundry.
But in many homes around here, you have kids who are
wake up to the remote.
They have a remote, they are on social media.
They leave their bed unmade.
They ask for the breakfast. They don't do any house chores.
Nothing.
This is what is happening.
And me, I cannot tolerate that. Not because I'm an abuser of humanity, but I think every human being was created to work. You must get up to do something useful, change something, improve on something, clean something.
The Bible says you shall not eat if you don't work. But a lot of people expect to eat without working.
No, Julius Caesar said, as you make your bed, you lie in it. So if you didn't make it again, you lie in it the way it was. Isn't it? As you prepare for anything, you lie in it.
You know, in the last show we had, there's a lot of talk, a lot of negativity about we the elites, you know. We are risk averse, we don't have problem solving skills, we don't persevere. Actually, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Bravo was saying many of the elites are actually keeping into poverty because they never get to work. How come you're an elite, you're educated, you're a lady? How come for you have been able to? What is it that the elites are lacking?
Maybe passion, I should say, passion. Maybe you can be elite, you can have a degree, but you cannot relate it to anything in work. You could have a career. I could have been a doctor. I was very intelligent in school. I got A's and B's. They could have pushed me into the medical line. But that wasn't me. You get it? Especially if you're into a career that you don't enjoy, then you can't develop passion, and then you can't serve humanity.
So are you blaming the parenthood that probably the parents are pushing and squeezing their kids to fit into a certain line or a certain lifestyle, or basically the parents want the kids to live the life that the parents want, not what the kids want?
Yeah.
You think that's a major issue that is affecting the elite?
It's been there for 20 years, I think, or more, whereby children are driven to get A's or 4s. They're not trained to learn, to enjoy the learning process and becomes something. You see, you can tell a child that this child likes to cook, This child likes
Music.
to sweep. This one likes music. Even as you're raising them, there are people who could easily go to the sink and wash dishes. There are those who easily sweep. So right now the children are just being pushed to score high marks, but not to develop passion with anything. And parents find it very difficult to push their children to develop passion.
But you can't be pushed to develop passion. I think it must be inbuilt. It must
I think
be
the
in
word
you.
is not to push. You encourage, but encouraging has
You
a
nurture.
slight, you nurture and encourage and direct and enable and see. You can see that this child likes to swim. So you take them swimming a lot. This one likes football. So you engage some football activities for
This
them.
one likes to dismantle.
This
the
one likes
computer.
earphones, too much music, like our son who started out at 14. What a journey.
You have a
had with
musician
him.
in the house.
Yes, at 14 he had a group of boys at school. They used to go in the background and sing at break time, at lunch time, and even the school told us. Wow. He started out as Young Z. Now he's a big boy. He's 20.
Young Z, you've heard of Young Z. What numbers of songs has he played? What tracks has he? Young Z.
He's on YouTube. He has this recent Nilo song. Have you heard of the Nilo song that's hitting all the bars?
She want to drink the Nilo.
Okay, I don't go to bars.
And all
I
the nice trendy places young people like. He writes. What thing that amazes me
a
about our
songwriter?
son? He writes. Then he composes. Then he develops video scenery. He chooses.
He's a producer.
Yes, he produces the music that is online, but right from the words to composing it into a song.
So now, as a proud mother, you even attend the concerts.
Oh yes, he lets me know
go and
when he
get
has
down.
a show, 3 in the night, and we
Wow.
share a lot.
You must be, but there are challenges there. You know,
Oh yes, we talk.
earning from music is very difficult.
He's
I
realizing that, and he's now realizing how often does he earn, how much of that money can sustain him to the next show. We support him, but he's getting to a point where he's actually realizing that I must make more to support myself, and I let him guide me.
So
as
enough
I guide
of Young Z. This show is trying to promote, and we are very happy that you have spared your time to come here, essentially to educate the public, to tell us about these products, the shoes, the issues with the fakes, and so on. So getting back to the business at hand, which is the shoes. When we spoke to Bravo, Mr. Shoes, do you mind if I call you Mrs. Shoes?
Yeah,
You are an expert in shoes. You understand shoes.
I have a passion.
One
for
of the
shoes.
things that we addressed when we were downtown, the issue of price, okay? Because he explained the shoe is so important and so on. The issue of the price. What we found on the last show, we had some shoe samples that we came with. And I have seen outside at your store, as I came in, I saw you have a display of a discount. And the discount is 10%. But when we went downtown to buy a shoe, somebody starts at 100,000, which is about $25, and you end up buying the shoe at $5. They can give, downtown they can give discounts of 80%, 90%. You people who are on the upper side of the town, you are maybe so much after money, you want money so much, so that's why you don't give the big discounts. Why can't you give the 80%, 90% discounts like your guys downtown?
I want to answer that question, but I'll go back to the previous one after this one. You know, everything in life has a price. That's why there is price differentiation in life. In economics, they teach us price differentiation. If you're going to sit in economy class, there is a price for economy. Business has a class, first class has a price. So these legitimate products that have been existing for 100 years in production, I mean, producing a shoe for 100 years is,
You put in a lot,
it's
research,
a long time.
innovation, marketing.
And so they have settled their price levels. These international prices. These are international prices. If you go online and you go to eBay and you're buying this shoe, you'll see that we are within that range. Whereas downtown, because they are brandless, it's just anything, you won't know what you're buying. So the guy will put you there, and yet he knows he can take 10,000 for it. But he'll start, because he's taking a chance on you to see if you understand or you know how to bargain. But here, it is standard. It is
You're
standard.
getting value for money.
It's
That's
like
the
coming
value.
into this mall, you know that a square meter is this. You can only negotiate so much. You see? And then you settle in and say, let me work with this mall.
So what you're
It's
saying is
standard.
that if you find a product that is discounted by more than 10, 20, 30%, it must be
All
fake.
the time, all the time, all year. Then it has no standard. Because even bread has a price. You cannot say, if the bread is now 1,000 shillings, you might say, it's rotten. Because bread is 5,500 or 6,000. So if you go to
Somebody
Shoprite
cannot come from 5,500.
to 100, 1,000, then the bread has gone bad or something. How? I mean, what did he put in the bread to sell it for 1,000? You know the price of wheat, you know ovens, you know heat, you know electricity.
So now somebody seeing you, you're established, you're here, but you must have a journey. What's your journey reaching here? How long has it taken you?
I've been in business for 22 years. I started out in 1998 as a young girl. The reason why I started business is because I had a young family and I wanted to give more time to my firstborn child then. And so this 8 to 5 job was taking up too much of my time.
Was it hard?
No, while I was working, it was very interesting. I used to, right after our wedding, when we bought very nice Italian shoes from a gentleman who used to import Italian shoes. We got to know him. That's where we found the men's apparel, which we used at our wedding. And so I used to go back to that store and buy 2 pairs.
Here in town?
At that store, here in town, and go with them to work in my boot. I had a small Corolla too.
So you started selling in the back
of my car, and then my colleagues at work would buy them every day. And you know, guess what? I was making 50,000 shillings off a shoe. That was a lot.
So
for
Legia,
a 25-year-old,
are you saying
24-year-old.
to start business? Because I see many people think that to start business you must have money, then you have a nice setup. What is your message to those who think you start big?
No, you don't. I had these degrees, but then I was finding my passion. You see, I could get into World Bank, UNDP, all those jobs we could apply and get them. But that was my passion, because what amazed me is that my colleagues used to eat the shoes up. They take them immediately. In fact, I had to go at lunchtime to buy 2 other pairs. For some other colleagues,
your colleagues couldn't find
they
where you're buying.
They didn't know. You know, business is about the knowledge gap. There's always a knowledge gap. These guys didn't know where we get them the shoes, and they liked them. They had money. So I would make a markup of 50,000. And for me at that age, it was just
it was exciting.
better than my salary, because I would make it daily. I would sell 2 or 4 pairs a day. I mean, if I'm making 200,000 I'm 24 every day, what kind of salary were they paying me? They were paying me 500,000 shillings as an assistant revenue officer. And the hustle. So I slowly pulled out. It was not so easy to pull out of employment because of my family background. I had to keep the job. You know, if still my parents had a lot of influence on me, even if I was married. So I pulled out very slowly.
And you had a strong father. Your father was one of the Bush War heroes.
Yes, and
what was his name again?
Mr. Sikubwabo Cheine.
Sikubwabo Cheine,
George,
who was among the first
my
27.
delightful father.
So for you were lucky. You had everything set up there. You could get money and stuff.
No, I didn't get a
The Bush
penny
War
from
heroes
him.
have access to money.
Not at all. Nothing. I told you I started with 300,000 shillings. I would buy 2. Those days,
Maybe you just didn't
buy
ask
a
your
shoe.
father. You just didn't ask.
No, he wouldn't. I had a job. For him, you had to stay at your job. You had to be in office and work. I mean, what are you doing trading shoes when you have 2 degrees? In my family, it was unacceptable. You had to grow in the ranks. People are doctors, what?
So you are an exception.
Oh my God,
You are telling us that it's okay to have 2 degrees and
when
still
I
be able to sell shoes.
When I finally got a shop at Grand Imperial Hotel, it was a 20 square meter shop. And I hadn't yet gotten the opportunity to go abroad to buy stuff. I was buying locally from people who traveled. So a friend of mine goes to the UK, I send them. A friend of mine does what? And that Italian guy, the guy who brought Italian shoes. So I remember my dad coming up to me and saying, no, this
is the wrong thing.
This is it. I mean, how can you do this? How can you leave the job? I mean, it was an abomination. I know, it's like getting pregnant from home or something.
How
terrible.
dare you embarrass?
So
Embarrass
I had no words, but the only thing that kept me going was my son. I said, for me, as long as I can go home at lunchtime and be the whole afternoon at home and come back and this shop is still here, and I'm not asking anyone for food. You guys can think whatever you think.
I'm sure if you walked into this store.
Oh, he's eternally proud. He's very proud. In fact, the other day, there was an opportunity to apply for a job. So I was telling him, Daddy, I said, don't even think about it. Why would you go back to employment?
Wow, he's converted now.
Converted.
But Legia, there is an issue here. A lot of people in this town, in this country, who are in business, they are basically after money. And because they are after money, they want to make the quick buck, the quick money. So if they start out and they are dealing in a product, they would like to sell a product, irrespective of whether it's genuine or fake. They would like to sell a product where they can make some quick buck.
Yeah.
How does Legia stick in the line of genuine and not be tempted like many people? They start out with genuine, but because they're receiving a lot of competition from the fakers, they also join them if they can't beat them. How have you dealt with the issue of the fakes in the shoe business? How have you ensured that you stick to this? Why did you not go to China or go to India and get those cheap stuff and bring containers and containers of fake product and make quick money and build an arcade and build a mall quickly? What has driven you to stick in the line of the genuine? What's your experience with fakes in shoe business?
Fred, I must tell you that money is a powerful thing in this world. It drives a lot of people. It drives us. But it's not an end in itself. Also, satisfaction, customer satisfaction, for me is bigger than money. So over the last 22 years, I have a client.
So you're not after money?
I love to make the money, but not at the expense of my customer being satisfied. That's why here we replace shoes. If the shoe breaks, you drop it here and I have to give you another one. At my expense. I lose for you to be satisfied. Because I stand for these people
Goods
believing.
once bought shall not be returned.
No,
you
not in this policy.
That.
Yeah, even it's on our receipt books. But it doesn't work that way because I need you more than the money. Because you are bigger than money. You will bring me 10 other people. You will bring me 11 other people. You see, I've grown out of referrals, not by being on television ads. I have grown out of people speaking well about what I do. That's why I have a database of committed buyers who come, who think about me, whose wardrobes are full of this product. You open an entire closet and everything is from my shop.
So do you agree therefore that integrity or the lack of it is a major driver of counterfeiting culture?
Yes. The reason why I cannot go and buy counterfeit product is because I respect my customer. For me, that's why I can't put my money to it.
Better.
Every Ugandan is able and capable to live an upscale life. Upscale meaning but wearing genuine shoes, genuine clothes, eating genuine food, sleeping in a good bed. No Ugandan should fail to achieve that unless they don't have a vision, a purpose, or they don't know what to do. They have no knowledge, they have no guidance. They don't have someone speaking positively into their lives so that they can spearhead.
So it could also be upbringing. We are brought up, the majority of us, without appreciating genuine integrity.
Oh yeah, we have no guidance. There's very little guidance in most Ugandan households, if at all. There's no guidance. Children are just forging a way forward, getting fours from fours, a degree, and after a degree, they apply for a job.
Emphasis is on qualifications.
Qualification. That's if you have someone to put the fees for you. If you don't have, you start out anywhere with no guidance, and you get frustrated along the way. You settle there. That's why you see there is what you call abantu ba wansi. You said that word. I don't believe waliwo omuntu wa wansi. Muntu yeyita wa wansi kubanga kyalowooza. Bagamba nti obwavu buliwa mu bwongo. That's what Bishop Nkoyo said. Obwavu buli wano. Everybody is rich and everybody can be rich and well to do.
Obwavu, poverty can also be in the wallet in this sense, because you look at this shoe. This is a genuine product, Caterpillar. I don't know what model you call it.
It's a founder shoe.
This is a founder shoe. It is 680,000 shillings. Now, we are getting away from poverty in the head to poverty in the pocket. How many people can afford 680,000 shillings? And therefore, this store can be looked at as a store that is not for those low-income earning people. What do you say to that charge?
I think...
Is it true low-income earning people cannot afford this?
Low-income earning people can afford this because they can buy it piecemeal, depending on their
come
target.
To this store?
Oh yes, they do. We've seen low-income earning people, border riders, pay for each shoe in installments until he wears it, and it will work for 4 years. It's better than buying a shoe every 3 months.
So you have border men coming here and actually buying quality stuff.
We have people who walk in here in rags.
They walk here in...
Yes, but if you respect humanity, you welcome him, you hear from him, you edify him, and he feels, sometimes they're even scared, but then eventually they say, oh, so I can also buy here. I say, of course you can. It's a choice. You choose what you want to put on your feet.
So it is not true. I see you have, can you show us some other brands? It's not true that these premium brands are out of reach for the ordinary Ugandan, because one of the drivers of counterfeits is believed to be poverty. So, but from what you're saying, it appears that perception, state of mind, is actually driving counterfeits more than the poverty.
Absolutely. It's a state of mind, and it's the fact that the bigger market down there has brought in fakes and has adulterated the market, and the customs has allowed that. The people who are supposed to block those fakes from entering have allowed them to enter the market, and people go for quick fixes. You know what a quick fix does? You buy a shoe today, it breaks on the way home.
For example,
tomorrow you're buying another one.
What is this and how much is this?
So this is a Hush Puppy lady shoe, and it has it's a body shoe. Body shoe meaning that the sole is in the shape of your foot. You've seen many shoes that have developed that technology whereby the sole is in the shape of the body to ease in your walking, to enable you to be comfortable all day, and you know, with the ease technology, with the anti-stress technology within. This is 425.
And you're saying the ordinary person can actually buy this?
Yeah, maybe
you need to do more.
We have we had 12 pairs. We have 4 pairs left.
This shoe has a data card.
So this is the body shoe. Usually the suppliers will try to write on their packaging the technology they have decided to use to manufacture. They keep changing these technologies only to make them better and better and to compete with the world.
But Legia, before even you go about technology, when we went downtown to buy shoes, they don't have these boxes. What is the importance of this box? It's a statement for what? Is the box important?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because a shoe has to be protected from the point of importation.
The veranda. There are shoes. If we went with you downtown, the shoes are on the street. It rains. It's dusty. And they're okay. The shoes are shiny.
I think they entered the business not with passion. They are doing it for survival. If you sell shoes that way, you're doing it for survival. You need to take bread home. You just have to do something. But it's not like you understand what you're doing and you can sustain it. You can't sell shoes like that for a very long time. They'll get damaged. The users will not come back. And your lifestyle will not improve. You're not going to better yourself by damaging the product you're selling to people. So sometimes it is the situation they're in, the knowledge they have, they don't want to change.
Or the lack of knowledge.
They don't have any knowledge and they don't want to be taught. Some of those people you try to edify, they say, well, they don't want to improve anything. Improvement is...
Everyone is rich. What you're saying, everyone is rich.
Yes, poverty is in the head. You can even sell tomatoes, but sell them better than them. Not everyone must sell tomatoes the way they are sold in Kampala. You must respect these tomatoes and ask the users. But because there is no development to present these things in a nice way,
We have a lot of tomatoes that come onto the market. They are sprayed with a lot of pesticides.
No, they are put even in dust, in a dusty area, and we buy them out of dusty environments. I guess that's why supermarkets have picked up a lot, because you walk into a clean environment, you do your shopping.
Tomato is resting in the fridge.
And then you take it.
Its neighbor is an apple who is also clean.
But then they'll say people downtown don't want to do that. No, they can't do it. There are supermarkets downtown as well. But you find that they've also allowed other users to do things anyhow. This is the job of City Council and other regulators, to teach people and to help people to present all products in a respectable manner. They need some support. She'll say, you can change that slowly.
Those who have just joined us, we are here with an interesting entrepreneur, Legia Mukiza. She's an elite like us, but she's in business. She's done it for 22 years. We are at Village Mall on the 3rd floor. Her shop is called Leatherex.
Yes.
Leatherex, but she's a franchise distributor for many European brands. You actually depend on Europe for your production, and yet the downtown people get most of their products from Southeast Asia: Vietnam, Indonesia, China, India. But yours is Europe, Germany.
Yes, I buy from Germany, I buy from Sweden, and I buy from Cyprus. Reason being, I have found these products to be consumed and respected, and it helps people live a better life. I would have loved it to be nearer Uganda, to even have a Reika factory in Namamve or Caterpillar, such that even other shops can buy. But
yeah, but Legia, you're also contributing to the status quo that we have. We are importing virtually wholesale and retail trade account for more than 30% of the tax collection in this country. And you are part of the system that maintains us as net importers. You are exporting jobs. Why are you not venturing into manufacturing and producing this stuff here? Why must you send the money abroad?
Because I'm looking for genuine product that will satisfy the human life. You and the European man in Europe, you're not different. He wears genuine shoes. Genuine shoes means they have the right technology to run your system. You have a system, you are an engine yourself. We are all engines.
As a human being.
Our blood flow is determined by the footwear. That's why they say the earth has power. You must sometimes stand on the floor, barefooted. The barefoot technology is moving in shoes now a lot. You see, they don't want you to feel like you're wearing a shoe. There's the new barefoot technology, but still it's within shoes.
It has to connect you to Mother Earth. So are you saying that we Africans, we Ugandans, cannot manufacture this here?
Yes, we can.
Why can't you manufacture? What's the problem?
We can, only if we have the right education, systems, machinery, and support to learn from the best. To learn from the best. Because why aren't we manufacturing cars? Why do we still bring the BMWs and Mercedes?
We have Kira Motors, Kira car. You've driven in the Kira car?
No.
It's soon going to be on the market. We're starting. Why don't you show us leadership in the shoe industry?
I went to the Namamve. The president has put up that place. It is an industrial park where he's enabling people to go and start manufacturing locally. It's for the youth. So I was identified by one gentleman, took me there. We talked to the head of that place, but we were not taken up.
What do you mean you are not taken up? They give you the land. We hear investors.
No. For me, I will need space. I will need allowance to speak to these knowledgeable people to come and set up and teach us. Not only me, but a couple of youth need capital.
You need tax incentives.
Tax incentives, and also to help me convince these suppliers to walk down to Uganda and teach the youth. Because me, I'm getting out of the system. Who's the next person? What do these youth know? If they know how to make shoes, let them make anti-stress shoes with the right technologies. I will insist shoes have technology. There's a technology department in Makerere. What is it doing? Building only, buildings and a few cars. But in terms of fabric, we're not producing fabric here. You know the father of all cotton. The father of all fabrics is cotton. Uganda grows a big percentage of cotton. And it's exported. Do you know that?
Raw.
Yes, and then we import the t-shirts back, those Caterpillar t-shirts. We export the cotton. I went to Nightil, I went to this factory here, what is it? These millers here in Bogolobi.
We even had a Goa.
Fine spinners.
Fine spinners, yes.
And they had export quality that was going to Germany, S. Oliver. And they were not willing to sell to us. Ugandans, we had to maneuver, get a little.
So Legia, are you saying that the government, the African governments, the Ugandan government is not doing enough to ensure that our entrepreneurs like you produce such quality products?
In the line of footwear and in the line of clothing, they are not. Maybe in other lines.
Maybe you have not asked.
I have visited the industrial park. Maybe I need someone to take me to the president and I speak to him about footwear and apparel. And what have they done? The Ministry of Education has been here. They have tried the vocational institutes. You know, there are so many vocational institutes. There are many young people with a chala and just doing running stitch. You saw them in COVID.
Yeah.
All they can do is the running stitch. You know the running stitch?
Which is basic.
The first stitch which just goes like this.
If you turn a corner, they can't.
They cannot make a buttonhole. They cannot make a collar.
So we are not scaling up.
No, we are not. We cannot produce those suits. Even Sula, you know Sula, he's trying to make suits. He's been trying for 30 years. But he's trying local production, but it's not moving. By now, we should all be buying Sula suits. Why should I go to Germany? The suits are not
those
right.
people who say that we're in some kind of hole, you also see we are there. We're like grasshoppers stuck, squeezed up together. Because our situation is basically, why would you have, like Uganda has a market of 15 million shoes, okay? That's our average per annum. But this market is there, is growing, but it is being satisfied by external producers. Why can't we develop an industry based on the demand, the need we have for this product?
And you know why it's very urgent? Because we want to sell this shoe for maybe $45 or $50 if it can be produced here, or $80 maximum, depending on the cost of production here and what it would take to produce here. Because everything, you know,
so when we produce
production
here, we don't want to give a reasonable price. That's what you're saying.
No, if we produce here, prices will drop, but we have to, and we shall have to measure the costs of production. Some things will still be imported. This tanned leather will be imported. The soles, but in due course, they will start the manufacturing. Because even in Namave Industrial Park, even for the masks, they're importing the fabric. I was there. Nightil is not able to give.
The fabric is made of what?
Fabric relugoye.
Yeah, no, but the one of masks is made of.
There is some made of cotton. Some are made from cotton. And we are only producing cotton. Yeah, we are importing cotton.
So what happens to the cotton we have? We export.
We export it,
and
people weave it and then make different fabrics. Cotton is the father of all fabrics that we have. Even this chiffon, there is an element of cotton somewhere. And then it is made into silk and stuff. Then leather, our leathers, you know. How much leather is exported from Uganda? The cowhides, the demand is through the roof to these Italian people and I don't know where, Malaysia, who finally turn it to this level.
We are exporting leather to Italy and importing shoes, which you are selling here at $1 million or so, or 600.
Yeah, because then I have to go back there and load them in. These boxes are bulky. This is what they call volumetric charges that we are charged. And brought back, and then the customs, once they see something genuine, you pay a lot of tax. And then you put it in, these malls are not cheap.
So are these policies I hear, build Uganda, buy Uganda, made in Uganda, is it air supply? Really?
It's a beautiful concept. Build Uganda,
buy Uganda,
buy Uganda, build Uganda. Boo-boo. I think the people spearheading it don't have Uganda at heart, I must say. Or really? They don't have the passion for everybody, every Ugandan. Because right now we are a big population. We have 43 million people to 45. That's a big market. You know, the bigger the population, there are advantages and disadvantages. But the advantage of being many is that there is a market, a local market has been created.
And a young population at that.
And they have energy and they are stylish. You know, these young people are very stylish people. They look for the best. you know, for them, they will not stop at buying something because they buy fashion. But,
Talking about style, Legia,
yeah.
Mr. Bravo was saying that you ladies, because of style, you have sacrificed your health, your foot health, your bone health, you've sacrificed it. He spoke eloquently about the dangers of high-heeled shoes. And I am seeing Legia here wearing a high heel. So you people, you are stylish, but you're actually fake. In being styled, you are hurting yourself. You're hurting your knees. Why are you wearing this kind of shoe? Is it just a statement of style? Is this what you wear the whole day?
No. I keep high heels. They are just for the image. It's an image thing. You wear them for a few hours.
It's for show.
It's not for show. I am a brand myself. I am a person who sells fashion. I am fashion. So I dress up in a fashionable way and come to my shops here or Garden City or Munyonyo.
But
I
must you
present
dress up
myself
dangerously if those shoes hurt you?
No. I always wear a low shoe.
Which one?
As soon as I get to work on my way. This is a Tamaris. This is another brand that we don't sell here, Tamaris. It is a very good brand as well. They are flexible.
Tamaris.
Yes.
It's a German brand, Italian brand?
Yes, German.
So you have this Tamaris.
For long. Yes.
And what is this?
This is an insole that I add to my shoes to make them more comfortable and enable me to work. People always say, Legia, you work hard, and they wonder how I do it. But because I'm in comfortable shoes, I can sustain.
So this is the shoe for working?
Different shoes, but they're all similar.
This
Sneakers.
is for working, this is for show.
This is not for show, it's for
for
presentation. Yeah,
for
like
presentation.
a TV show.
Can you put on the other shoe and we see the other shoe? And we see
you can see it also has glitter.
If the camera will refuse to catch you.
No, but this shoe, I wash it in the machine. It doesn't, the glitter doesn't come off. Yeah. In the quick 30 cycle. And
yeah, but this is okay. So, but this is, as you say, when you're walking to the car. Oh, it's also a Tamaris.
Tamaris is the insole. Tamaris is a ladies' line. They do ladies' shoes only.
How do you balance comfort and style? These two shoes, with these two shoes there. You have that and this. Why don't we go for just the comfort?
No. We also have to balance. Like you said, you create a balance. Yeah, I must look elegant. I must look smart, depending on what I'm going to do. Then I must go to work and also put on practical working shoes. If I'm going to the supermarket after today's work, I'll go in these casual shoes. I won't walk into the supermarket.
So when you're going to the supermarket to buy an onion, you don't need to be smart. No respect to the onion and the tomatoes?
No. The supermarket, I'm pushing a trolley. I need to be practical. I always encourage ladies to have at least an extra pair of shoes in the car, depending. If you're going for a cup of tea in the evening, meeting up friends, a drink, then you get out your high heel. If you're doing the ordinary life, you're going to the pharmacy, to the supermarket, you're at work, put on a practical shoe. So in other words,
the ladies should not put this on all the time.
It's not good for their knees.
It's not good for the knees?
No.
How does it affect the knees?
The knees begin to hurt, the muscles around the knees, with age. With age. Our moms, I remember my mom used to wear a high heel. But right now she can't. Why? She's grown old. The knees get weaker with age.
This is a good product, but it can cause damage to the, if you don't use it.
If you wear them for 9 hours a day, even 5 is too much. These young bankers, they always like to be dressed up like this, the lawyers. Once you're in office, take it off. Put on a low shoe, walk around, do the other office work. Then if you're going before the boss, put on the high heel or something.
So you need to balance a little bit of that. And
But for the men, you're lucky, you don't have heels. But still, you can't wear those formal Wilvost shoes to work. Wilvost is for functions. You're going for a wedding, you're going for an after-6 party, because it's a leather sole. You know what they call leather sole? Leather-soled shoes are hard.
This is leather sole?
That's why you went and put this thing.
No, it was there.
Oh, they helped you. They were clever. To soften your step. These are good manufacturers. Otherwise, if they had left it all leather, your back would be finished by now.
So this shoe that I'm wearing can hurt my back.
Yes, your sciatic nerve and back. You need to wear shoes like this.
So the problems men have with back are stemming from the shoe.
Yes. You shouldn't wear a leather sole the whole day. It's as bad as wearing a high heel the whole day. If you want to wear this every day to work for the look of it, you must put a rubber sole at the bottom. Luckily, Uganda can do that. We can do additional rubber soling. Even us here, we can do it. We always tell our customers, after the function, please bring it back and we put for you a rubber sole.
To make it softer. So the trick about foot health is the softer the better. The more you allow your nerves and whatever to breathe and to... Is that the idea?
Yeah, the shoe must allow your fountain of blood to flow. We are a fountain of blood, all human beings. The heart pumps blood to all organs, to all areas. The heart is like a motor. It's working, I don't know, the BPM is 72 per minute. If you're very healthy, can go down to 62. So that's why we do cardio and measure how is my heartbeat.
So this shoe can reduce the heartbeat?
Yes, yes. And most people who wear these shoes develop cones. And you know what a cone is? It's that you have hurt your aorta nerve.
At the tip.
The aorta. God is so clever. The biggest artery in the body is called the aorta. You know it?
Yes.
And its nerve ending is in that small toe.
So if you press
that's why a cone hurts so much. Have you ever had a cone?
No.
You've never had a cone. People who have cones don't sleep. It's like a toothache. It's because they have touched the nerve,
which connects to the big artery.
And the pain is so much they have to go to cut the cone. Doctors cut cones. You have to go for surgery. Or you have to have a good pedicure guy who keeps cutting the cone slowly until it goes. And then they advise you change your shoes quickly. A lot of men.
It's a very delicate business.
Above 50
It's a very delicate business. The shoes you wear. It's not a joking matter of going downtown and picking rubbish.
No. It's like the bed you sleep in. I relate a shoe to the bed. Since we spend 8 hours a day in shoes, 8 to 9 hours, even the bed, you sleep at 10, you wake up at 5 or 6. Those are long hours. You must buy
so even the bed is important.
A proper bed and an orthopedic mattress so that your backbone alignment can manage the coming years.
But then that's a contradiction. For the shoes, you're saying we need soft, but for sleeping, we need hard. Shoes you can't have.
Orthopedic. I didn't say hard.
Orthopedic is a bit hard.
Orthopedic is a medical term where
you're a bit stiff.
Not stiff. You take care of your spinal cord.
Straighten a bit.
You sleep in such a way that you don't slouch. You know, this bed like this is not good. Eventually, even if you read about it, many people who have back problems, and the pillow problem, they spring from those 8 hours they spend, and then another 9 hours in a bad shoe. What is left? Nerve muscle problems, nerves and muscles that have been developing. This develops slowly. It will show up at 50. When you are young, you think, but eventually it will show up at your door.
But from what you're saying, the counterfeiting is not just the shoes, the beds, but even the lifestyle, the behavior is fake.
It is. For lack of knowledge, it's fake. Because we don't know, it is fake. You don't know. You go and buy a bed, you don't know. Just buy anything. Because your budget is that, you buy that. Sometimes even for that budget, you could get better. But for the lack of knowledge, you just buy anything. And you don't also want to know, but because you were brought up by not being guided, even when they try to guide you, you refuse. We have a lot of customers here who have traveled, who are in big places, but they have a problem with dressing up. They have a problem with the way they dress up and the way they appear. And it's more their upbringing. We have an uphill task getting into their closets, getting into their hearts, getting into teaching them. But eventually we usually win.
I saw at the entrance there, you have a little corner there with African wear, ladies and gents. Is this also something you import?
Fred, like I told you.
How did you come up with it?
Buy Uganda, build Uganda is on my heart.
This is a Ugandan product?
Yes.
Made here?
Yes, Leatherland. Leatherland is a Ugandan product. It's pure leather. With a factory based in Masaka.
You make this yourself?
I buy from the person who makes here. You can see.
Leatherland.
Leatherland. They buy the cows. I mean, cow hide. Turn it. They export it though, but they are making a few
for the local
leather
market
products that we can buy. And the stitching is excellent. I've used their bags. Many ladies have. They have different designs. It's pure leather. The one you'll find in Michael Kors. You know Michael Kors is the leading ladybag.
Michael Kors, yes.
Michael Kors, you know. Most ladies in Uganda, you see, they all have a Coach handbag. It costs $600.
And this is 600,000 only.
Yeah.
So this on the international market would go for how much?
About $600 if we could export them to those leather markets.
So it's not that we Africans cannot actually invent or manufacture something. It's because
Africans are very intelligent people. We are extremely intelligent. We have a lot of raw materials, but we do not process them to the level where Europe has reached. So when we get to Europe, everything there looks better than what we have here.
It is because we denied the technology transfer. It is so difficult to bring it here. The environment is not enabling. We encourage consumption, import, and that's it, but not to produce here.
And also, we tell ourselves enough lies. A lot of people are manufacturing shoes here. For me, I would be happy to buy from a Ugandan. But I will not buy because the quality is what? Wrong. The shoe is not right, but he has decided to stop at that level of production. If I went into production, I would sister with these people. I would get into partnership with people who have been there.
Who know better.
Who have the right technology, so that I can compete internationally. What I produce here should be bought also where? In Europe. But the shoes produced here, is Bravo exporting those shoes? Are they exporting?
Yeah, they do some export. Actually, he does a lot of manufacturing outside Uganda.
Okay.
The manufacturing is done outside Uganda because he was frustrated to try and do local production.
Why was he frustrated?
Same things you're talking about.
There was
the
no
government
support.
there wasn't support. What is the concept here?
This is Ankara. You know West Africa?
Yeah.
They have these fabrics. Congo, West Africa. They have this cotton fabric called the kitenji. It's popular all over Africa. We are not.
So this is for lady?
We have his and hers, yeah. We developed them in COVID because there were people stuck in the homes for too long. So I came up with this theme of making household shoes. This is the first time we have household shoes in this shop. We always sell lifestyle shoes, but household. You wake up in the morning, what do people wear in the house? Some
so
of
they
them
wear
get these shoes from the hotels, then they take them home. But if you don't have a chance to sleep in a hotel,
so this is hers. This is his. So what?
That's his.
What were you trying to address? We were in a lockdown. We had COVID. So you come up with this concept.
Yeah, because the news was broadcasting quarrels and all those kind of things. So we're trying to create a love mood. People should be happy to watch each other in the morning, have a laugh. I think if you dress up like this as a couple, in the morning you have a conversation on your veranda.
So during COVID, you were dressing people up like this?
Yes, and they would spend hours on their verandas and start the day like that, and then eventually do whatever else they have to do.
And that was easing on the tension? Why? If guys were married for 10 years, why was the tension there?
It's funny because most bathrobes I noticed that they use in their houses are those thick, hot towel, those thick ones that are in the hotels. They're too warm for our houses. They're too warm for Uganda. You need something cotton, easy to wash, and reusable. Tailoring is as good as manufacturing a car or an aeroplane. If you've been to a Boeing factory, how they set up a Boeing is how they set up manufacturing clothes. So very few people can afford that kind of setup. You want a really fine made cloth with the designs. You see this hand stitching on your shirt. It's not easy, my friend. This makes this shirt expensive. Someone sat down and hand stitched that collar, and it's called a double front of a shirt. Many people don't double the front of the shirt. They just do one side. Makes it cheaper. Now this is double.
And it's paid maybe $50 an hour or something.
It's hand stitched with contrasting threading. You can see this. The machine that puts this is different. The machine that puts this button hole is different. And then you find
that adds the cost.
$100 and another one is $20,000. You wonder what is it? Bano babbi. No, see babbi. There is a lot put into clothes.
Is there anything wrong with a fake shirt, fake clothing? Does it cause any issues?
Absolutely. Why fake?
What issues?
Why fake? Can you eat a fake tomato? Can you eat a rotten one?
Okay, that is eaten. You don't eat a shirt.
The same thing inside you is the same thing outside of you. So why do you settle for fake clothes when you can buy genuine original clothes?
So what should we do to promote integrity? You talked about integrity 10 times on this show. What should we do to promote integrity in the buying and selling of products and services?
We've got to train, it starts in the home state. We've got to raise our children by giving them what is genuine. However little you give what's genuine. Teach them that this is original and this is right. Teach them to buy meat that is clean. Not any kind of meat. Go where they sell clean meat and buy it and take it home.
So let them not settle for less.
Let them
from
learn,
an early
and
age.
then they can help those people who are doing wrong. We can change society that way.
Legia, it has been a pleasure speaking to you. Very nice store. You are in Village Mall, you are at Garden City, and then you are also in Munyonyo. So those who want your products in Munyonyo can come to you. CB Rice Concern.
In Munyonyo, the road that goes up to the Palm Villas, everyone knows the Palm Villas, you'll find the outlet. It's the first official outlet in Uganda where we are able to take these genuine products that are already well priced and offer them at half price.
What is your message to people against consuming counterfeit?
I encourage people to look for original, buy right, and if it's fake, do away with it. It's the same as buying a rotten tomato and cooking with it. There's no difference.
And those who are selling fakes, those in business?
Those who are selling fakes, I want to speak to them to kindly respect manufacturers. So that if someone has labored, if I wake up today and make my Legia label, I wouldn't like to find it in a copied and also thrown around. That's why when you buy original, you go through a kasengeja to get the original. It's not easy for me to get this product. It's just to respect the original person who started it out. If you want to work with them, partner with them. If you find they are fake, don't go for it. It's not a question of money, it's about people. Serve people genuinely.
Shoes are extremely important because shoes hold us. They hold the whole body, they help the blood circulation, they help us to have a healthy living. Most of the sickness that we have is because of the type of shoes or the wrong shoes that we are wearing. So until the next episode, we need to be saying that we're continuing our discussion on counterfeits in trade and business. We need to stop here. Legia, thank you so much, and good evening for now.